All right, folks, this is the Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray. Let's get this show started. All right, hey, good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast. I want to welcome you all to the show today. Getting kind of a late start here this morning for some reason. There we go. Sorry about that. For some reason, we had this. Somebody's been playing around with my stuff this morning. Hey, thank you all for being a part of the show this morning. Got a late start, and I'll go through the whole reasoning for that in just a second. But I want to welcome all of our friends who are a part of the show. You are watching us on Facebook. Maybe you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click this thing right here, the subscribe button. And you can actually get up to date on all the things that are going on with Livin in Vegas podcast when they happen. You don't have to wait. You'll get notified that we're actually doing something. So you might be watching us on one of our group pages, one of our business pages, that kind of stuff. We want to welcome you all to the show. So let me give you a reason why I was late this morning. So this morning, I work from my home office a lot. And one of the things that was happening this morning is I was having a visitor come over. My brother-in-law, Chip, was coming over early this morning. So usually in the morning what I'll do is I'll go out riding or do something. This morning, Chip was bringing over an electric bicycle for me this morning. And I know, it's pretty cool actually. So he's bringing over an electric bicycle for me this morning. And really excited about that. I mean, really excited about the fact that Chip's bringing over. Chip is the most generous guy in the world. You got to know my brother-in-law. Probably the most generous person I've ever known. Give you the shirt off of his back. And he's done really well for himself. So on occasion he'll buy things. He'll go, "Hey, Sherm, I got all this, I got that, I got this. Here, I'll give it to you." So I'm the little brother that he's never had, which is fine because I love Chip. I really do, and I'm so proud that he calls me family. So this morning, he's going to come over to the house. But earlier than that, I wanted to go and put gas in my car because Chip's going to ride the bike over to my house, and then I'm going to drive him back home. So I have no gas in the car, though. So I figure, okay, I'll go get gas before Chip gets over the house, and that way I'll just drive him straight home. Don't have to stop. So I'm going out to my car this morning, and I go out to the car, and I'm getting ready to start or open the car door, and I've got my coffee cup, and I put it on top of the car gently, because you don't want to scratch the paint job. Gently on top of the car, and to the right of me, I see these 5 little kids. Now, at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:15 in the morning, are riding through the area where I live. I say to myself, and I do that on occasion, I go, what are these kids doing riding in this area this early in the morning? And so I keep an eye on them, and I go, okay, well, what are these little knuckleheads doing riding in this area? And I watch them ride through the area because there's a tennis court in the middle of my condo area, and they ride around the tennis court area, and there's one of those dog pooper things. You know what I mean? You know, those where you pull the paper out and stuff like that, and so it's really close on the other side of the tennis court. And I see these kids, and I go, what are they going to do? Are they going to play with that dog pooper thing? And I figure that's what they're going to do because they stopped over in that area. And I go, you little knucklehead kid. So I'm really not thinking too much of it. I'm thinking, okay, well, they're going to screw around with something, but it's not going to be that bad. Oh, no. One of the kids bends over, picks up a rock, throws it through the window of one of the condos that is close to the tennis court. I hear this crash sound, and I go, oh my gosh, I cannot believe these kids just did this. 6 o'clock in the morning, These kids break a window. The unit is actually is up for sale. The guy has just renovated. I mean, the entire thing from top to bottom. They've had crews in there for about a month, 2 months, renovating this place. The place is up for sale. People have been coming in and out to look at this place. And now these little knucklehead kids, I'm talking 10 years old, 11 years old, break the window. So what do? Hey, you friggin' little kid, what are you doing? I'm yelling and screaming at them. The kids spread like rats, take off, and they leave. And of course, I am freaking out, and I go, oh my gosh, I got to chase these kids down. Because I'm that guy. Folks, you got to know this. I am that guy. I will chase you down. If I see you've done something, I'm not the guy that's going to let you get away with it. And watch, I will probably end up dying that way, protecting the right and wrong. I am that guy, okay? I'm the HOA guy. I'm the right, wrong guy. I am that guy. I'm just telling you right now. This ain't gonna fly. Because guess what happened? 2 weeks earlier, some old couple get their window broken also. And this old couple has done nothing to anybody. They're retired. They're living their life out. Somebody came threw a rock through their window. I bet you it's those same kids. I can almost guarantee you it's the same friggin' little kids. Okay, I would cuss, but I'm not a cussing guy. I am that guy, but I won't cuss if I don't have to. Not that I've never cussed before, but I'm not a cusser. But I will haul off and kick your butt because I am that guy. Matter of fact, so now it's truth and tell. I'm driving out of my condo complex, and as I get to the end of it, I see these two little kids. Oh gosh, should I tell you the story? I'm going to tell you the story. I see these two kids bent down near the wall. There's a big concrete wall, brick wall. That's the barrier between our condo and an apartment complex. And I see these kids down there with a spray can, and they're spraying on the wall. The graffiti. This is not the murals, the beautiful murals that you see around Vegas downtown. No, it's not the murals. These little kids are just doing some little crappy little kid thing. So what do? Now you guys know I'm that guy. You already know I am that guy. Okay? Yeah, I stop the car and I go, hey! I get out of the car and I go, what the are you kids doing? Did I say the word? I didn't say it. So, because I don't cuss. But I am that guy. I will stop and say something to you. I'm just like my mom. Many of you know my mom. Okay, my mom is the kind of person who, if she saw you sagging, now my mom's dead now. Should have been 101. Should have been 102 now. She died about 10, 13 years ago. My mom, if she saw you sagging, you know what I mean, those kids that walk around with their butt hanging out, all that kind of crap that drives you crazy. My mom would walk up to you and pull your pants up. I've seen her do it. Jamaican lady, right? We Jamaicans, that's what we do, man. Really? Yes, man. That's what we do. I know. I am really Jamaican. So I have inherited that from my mom, where I will stop if I see an injustice, I see something going wrong. I am that guy, folks. Please don't do anything bad around me, because I probably will say something. I will. I can't take it. I can't take it back. I just do it. It's something in me. I wish everybody would do the exact same thing. We probably wouldn't have the crime problem we have right now. But anyways, so these kids spray painting at the bottom of the wall, and I get out of the car. I confront them. Now these poor kids. One's probably 8. The other one's probably 10. They got that look on their face. Right? And the kid goes, I tell the kid, I say to the kid, I go, what the are you kids doing? get out of this neighborhood, because I'm the man, right? The kid looks at me. One of the kids looks at me with that look, and he's going, oh, dear Lord, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. And the other kid bows up on me. What? Are you kidding me? The kid bows up on me. Now, I'm not a small guy. No, you can see this right now, folks. See these guns? I'm not a small guy, right? And I'm Jamaican. And we Jamaicans can snap at any moment. So, the one kid goes, well, why do we have to leave? And I tell the kid, look, you got that spray can. We've had kids graffiti these walls. How do I know that wasn't you? And the one kid goes, well, because this is glass cleaner. I go, I don't care. You don't give me a socks. Kid, get out of here. So the one kid tells the other kid, he grabs him by the shirt, and he goes, come on, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. This guy's crazy. And he leaves. Okay, so the reason, once again, I know I've gone through this whole thing. I'm so sorry, folks. Thank you for being patient with me this morning. But I've had a hard morning this morning already, where I've had this little kids. There were 5 of them. So if you're in the area of Torrey Pines, Washington, Rainbow area, if you see 5 little kids on scooters, you know, the little scooters, 5 little kids, please take a picture of them. Take a picture of them, send it to me. Send it to me, or, no, don't send it to me, send it to Metro, okay? Because what's going to happen is these poor kids are going to continue on. If they're doing this now, they're probably going to do even worse. We don't want that to happen. It is our job as citizens to stop these kids from doing this kind of crap. Okay, I know. I've said my story. I know I'm the crazy guy. I am that crazy guy. So I want to thank you all for being a part of the show so far this morning, and I thank you for putting up with me. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's podcast. We had Chris Demery and his wife Suzette. Just a lovely couple, really a lovely couple. They've done so much for the community. They actually, in addition to owning, and at one time 7 GNCs and now own 1, they sponsor boxing people, they sponsor athletes, that kind of stuff. They're just a great couple. They really are. And I guess I should back up. So some of this might be the first time you're even seeing the show. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. It comes out quarterly. We're actually working on the July edition right now. We really encourage you, if you would like to get in on the July edition of Livin in Vegas magazine, just send me your contact information to info@livininvegas.com. It's info@livininvegas.com. And we will get a hold of you if you want to be an advertiser or you'd like to be a part of the show, that kind of stuff. In addition to Livin in Vegas magazine, we put out Livin Weekly magazine. And Livin Weekly magazine, just fantastic read. This is actually this week's. So you can actually still get that right now. Just go to our website at livininvegas.com. It's livininvegas.com. And you can actually check out the current edition of Livin Weekly magazine in addition to Livin in Vegas magazine. I know. I swear. I get fired up. I really do. I get so fired up with all the stuff that we're doing, and then when some kids do this kind of crap, it just drives me crazy. Let's pay a bill or two, folks, and we'll be back in a second. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. So I'm over on the Livin Weekly page, and Chris Green's over there. And Chris, I didn't know if Chris, if you are actually Jamaican or not. You sound like. So I was telling him about the. So he was probably listening in on the last segment. We were talking about these two little knucklehead kids, um, and Chris says that's what we do, man. We go after those little knucklehead kids, man, and we do. And good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Uh, I know. I get off sometimes. I do. I'm so sorry about that. I really am, folks. I thank you for being so so patient with me. And I think it dovetails into one. We'll only get to one story today, folks, just because we're gonna like start. And we just can't do it. So last night, folks, the I'm gonna see if I can find the article. The Aces lost last night. Oh, I'm so upset. And what was the score? Let's see. So we lost last night to the Chicago Sky, 104 to 95. Okay, so you know what happens, and the reason why I bring up the Aces in conjunction with what's going on with me is Kelsey Plum. Many of you know Kelsey Plum. We love Kelsey Plum. She's our point guard. She's the spark plug that really just keeps everybody fired up. If Asia Wilson isn't firing us up, if Kelsey, Gray isn't doing it, it is Kelsey Plum. She's definitely just a. Did you watch her a couple of days ago? So a couple of days ago, they're playing the Lynx. I think it's Denver. So they're playing against Denver, and Kelsey Gray or Kelsey Plum, our point guard, drives the paint, and one of the girls from the Lynx gets in her way, and literally it was an intentional foul. Hits her, knocks her to the ground. She flops over. Kelsey flops on the ground like a rag doll. Now, mind you, Kelsey Plum is only about 5'8". Okay, I mean she's a solid 5'8", but she's only 5'8". The girl she ran into is probably about 6'3". Okay, kind of a mismatch. And the other girl was probably just as solid as Kelsey was. So when she hits her, she flops like a spinning top. You've probably seen the commercials or seen the cartoons. Flops around, hits the ground. Okay. Yeah, I know. You know what's coming. Kelsey gets off the ground like a hornet. Like you hit a hornet's nest. You ever hit a hornet's nest and all those hornets come out? They're pissed off. That was Kelsey Plum against this girl. And she gets in this girl's chest. The girl's looking down at her like, what are you going to do? And Kelsey's like, I'll bite your face off. I'll kill you. And the bench, I thought it was going to be a bench clearing brawl. I really did. It was that intense of a moment. Kelsey Plum was like going, I ain't taking no crap out of you. You might have knocked me to the ground, but I'll bite your face off. And the crowd went crazy. Yeah. And that's the way I was this morning. Okay. That's the way I was this morning. I did a Kelsey Plum. I did a KP this morning. And so anyways, the Las Vegas Aces lost last night to the Chicago Sky. Evidently, my brother-in-law was telling me about this because he watched the game last night. It was not on TV last night. You actually had to go to the Michelob Ultra Light Arena, which is actually at Mandalay Bay. So people were asking me about where the stadium is at. It's actually still at Mandalay Bay. They've just call it now the Michelob Light Ultra Light whatever arena. And so evidently the Aces had a 28-point lead. They lost by 10. Okay, 9 points. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? I mean, the girls are still the hotness, and so they'll play again. When are they playing again? 25th. So they're playing again the 25th. They'll play against the Washington Mystics. They're going to be playing at home. And so that game will be on TV. You got to watch the games, guys. You really do. They're exciting. They're fun. There's nothing like watching the Aces, who are, I think they're 13-3 right now. So they only lost 3 games. We are the number 1 team in the WNBA. We are by far the most talented, rich, deep team there is. And That's the way it is. I think Linda, my next door neighbor here, I sent her a note about those bad old kids this morning, so she sent me a note back. Anyways, folks, sorry that we got a late start today, but we've got to end on time, and it is what it is. Anyways, we will see you again tomorrow, where we'll talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We're Livin in Vegas magazine, the podcast, folks. When you think of Livin in Vegas, think Livin Local. I'm Sherman Ray, folks, the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. We'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early, 8:30, for Livin in Vegas podcast. See you later. Bye-bye.